Oh, dang it. I forgot to do audio checks for myself to see if it was still doing that weird thing from before. Could one of you go onto the Twitch, see how I sound?
Are you streaming right now?
Yep, we are live.
Yeah, I don't hear anything weird with you.
Okay, good. Welcome back to Chain of Yggdrasil. As usual. Oh, I heard myself
Sorry,
not come out of your. There you go.
had a little bleed over.
You're good. As usual, it is I, Storm. It is Zelium. I assume that he's off doing something.
He's muted right now.
Yep. But it is I, Storm, Zelium, and Claire. And today is a very special version of loading screen because we are actually going to be getting into the nitty gritty behind. Oh, oh dear. I'll cut that out before we start. There we go. Or before I upload on YouTube.
Alrighty.
But today we are going to be getting into the nitty gritty behind Digimon Anonymous Panda. I wonder who that could be.
I'm actually not in it right now.
Oh, I'm guessing that's Cell then.
Yeah.
Yep, there we go. So to give a quick breakdown of the system itself before we get into the more complex rules, the way that this works is that there's only one class in the system, which is a Digidestin, at least for now. And all of the subclasses come from it. Everybody has the same like core set of skills with wildly branching abilities that specialize in whatever they choose to do. The main resources here are digichips, programs, and D points. Chips and programs works the same way as cards do in Digimon Tamers. They allow you to modify your Digimon for battle. Programs are the same thing, except they fulfill a different niche, which I'll get into later. And D points are just a measurement of how many times you can do something or how often. The idea behind the system is that you got your Digimon, you got your Digivice, and you can link to your Digimon and others. So ideally, you think of a team of 3 or 4 Digidestin, all of them can connect to each other's Digimon in order to provide the most optimal strategies. Or to just in general, like, work together to pull off some funky ideas. Oh yeah, one last thing. This handbook it's labeled 2.0, but it's more like 3.8 if I'm being honest. We've done a lot of work on it, a lot of edits, and not everything is up to date. So I'm probably going to stop every once in a while to fix something if it's something I feel needs fixing or otherwise is just plain incorrect or worded weirdly.
Much like Kingdom Hearts, we won't hit 3 for quite some time.
God damn it. So here we've got the general table of contents, which is glossary, how to play, make your tamer club classes, item compendium, program list, ship list, and the Digimon compendium. Which actually I'm going to take that out right now because that's going to become its own separate document.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, glossary too, because, well, what even is a glossary when you stop to think about it?
I know a Glossaric is a little blue guy that gives magic to a teenager.
Oddly specific, but I'll take it. So, As just a little intro right here, made by me. This game is inspired by facets of Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition, Mega Man Battle Network, and various titles in the Digimon franchise. So here's how to play. Or at least like in terms of setting. In Digimon, the most important settings typically revolve around central city locations and the digital world, with some variances in between to spice it up. When creating your setting, deciding where and how the party starts will help set the tone for the rest of the adventure. Some of the more common locations are the digital world, obviously, if you know anything about Digimon. If you don't know anything about Digimon, you probably want a better place to start than right here, because I can tell you right now, we're not going to get too far into the history. But the digital world is where
In
Digimon.
1994.
It all began in 1994, back in your grandparents' garages. So the digital world is where Digimon come from. It's generally like a parallel world to the real world. Operates off of its own network. Excuse me. Another sublocation might be your local city. This is typically in settings where Digimon are coming to the real world for one reason or another, whether that's to escape a threat or to find a partner, which in most media enables them to become more powerful. In hindsight, I probably should have gotten some background music for this. Shoot.
You do that right now.
Yep. Shoot. Where am I going to go for that? I need something.
Nope.
I need some.
Just have me in the background just going do 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 do.
New window.
How far can we take it till DMCA, right? No.
I know.
I got the perfect music. I want to DM it to you.
DM it to me. I'll get it going.
Hair blue eyes
I sent it.
in your Wi-Fi. Is Miku a Digimon?
No.
Is she a Digimon?
What is
Oh,
your
that's
opinion
She's
of
a physical
sunlight?
being.
.io. And
There we go. Hold on.
We have Meikumon, but not Mikumon.
Is there a way to just make this loop on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, right click and then loop.
Right click the video? Yes.
Yep.
Ah, yes. It's so calming and relaxing. Okay. So as I was saying, the local city is typically where oh, that's so weird. There we go, just trying to get the music in the right spot. But typically whenever the location is the digital world or the local city, that's going to be uber important to the setting proper. So you want to consider like where you want them to start, where you want them to finish. And then of course there is the in-between. This is wilderness, temples, ghost ships, cyberspace, everything. There has to be a point A and B, but what happens between those 2 points is just as important as what happens when they finally get there. So like, case in point, in our Ancient Crests campaign, we had a huge fight to get to a ship in order to set sail to get to the desert area. But we had time to like talk amongst ourselves in between then and there, and it helped everybody to get a better understanding of where everybody like wanted to go and like what they were looking for. when it comes to Digimon death, that's a very weird subject. Digimon respawn after they die, but they're not the same Digimon. But sometimes they are the same Digimon. It really depends on the setting you're going for, but I do recommend 3 main ways to represent this, which are Digimon reform in a primary village, which is the standard classical route. Digimon reform into a Digi-Egg at the location of their death, which I'm a fan of that. Just because it puts a little bit more heat on Digimon deaths, because you have to like protect the egg, assuming that you're trying to save that Digimon. Protect the egg. Or there's the third route. Digimon do not reform and instead are absorbed by the Digimon who deleted them. This is the Tamers route, and it is kinda dark. Although fantastic if you love that one scene where Beelzemon uses Fist of the Beast King.
Yeah.
Just me. So
then in our specific campaign, data sims just do that. So
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna find out more about that tomorrow.
Hopefully not, but I doubt it.
Oh, we're gonna get our asses whooped. I'm
You're
so
probably
sorry.
going to experience it a lot more since somebody decided to pull for Bernice.
Look, I was weak. I was weak, I admit it.
I'm really just more just to attack Kimo Digimon.
I'm still pulling for her vengeance.
There's a limit, dude. You're gonna get.
There is no
Die.
limit where I'm concerned.
That means there's no limit. It's a Digimon. I feel like most Digimon are except for 8mon.
I am the living embodiment of that meme with the 2 buttons and then Eggman going to press the worst option. So going into the proper mechanics a little bit, when it comes to Digimon sizes, there are numerous sizes, most of which are pretty much equivalent to D&D 5e sizes. You have small creatures, which is anything the size of a basketball, which is, well, I should probably update that description because most rookie Digimon are not that big. But,
most are like 3 foot tall.
yeah.
Like that.
Small creature, anything 5 foot and under, that's going to be your rookies, your in-trainees, and your baby Digimon. Anything medium, which is the size. I really flubbed up these size categories, didn't I?
little bit.
Maybe.
Wow. Oh, I'm gonna make a note on that. That's gonna take a bit long for what we're doing here, so I'm just gonna add a comment. Fix this. But basically, the way it's supposed to work is that small creatures take up like 5 feet. Large creatures will take up around 10. Okay, no, I know what I did now. It's all coming back to me. Please keep in mind, I constructed this over the course of, what is it, most of a year now? A lot of this is still being play tested. We are hoping to open public tests soon for people to help us. But I think I remember now what I was doing. So, small is something like smaller than medium, which is to say most in training or baby Digimon. Medium is the standard, which is anything the size of your average child or a tall laundry basket. This is most rookie level Digimon and kids. For large, this is 2x2 tiles on the map and are typically seen as a light pole to 2 stories tall. These are most champions or certain mega level Digimon. Huge Digimon take up 3x3 tiles on the map and make other monsters look like specks. They can reach multiple stories in height and are typically the biggest that ultimate level and mega level can become. Gargantuan is something the size of Mega Gargamon, where most Digimon will never reach that size, but they sometimes do.
Yep.
Definitely going to have to still, like, reword that to make it a little easier to understand. Roleplay, we all know how to roleplay here. Excuse me.
Do we though?
Do I would certainly hope so. We're how many sessions strong?
Yeah.
Try my best.
That we do. So then we get to inspiration. This is the re-rolling mechanic. You can hold one inspiration at a time, but you can use it on any die or dice roll. Or any, I should say any die roll or damage roll.
Okay. Maybe we should add in something about how you can gain inspiration.
You know what? That's a good point, actually. Let me just put a quick tidbit right there. Hi, Karibop. You can gain inspiration after ends discretion.
Oh, Currybot. Hello. I was
Inspiration,
wondering why
man.
you said that.
Discretion. Or they may utilize an optional rule for you to gather inspiration over the course of gameplay. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Excellent.
And of course, it's up to DM discretion as well. Just hand them out whenever.
Unless your DM wants to hand them out whenever, in which case bully them. Bully them for more. Oh, thanks for the follow.
Awesome.
So then we come to group tactics. This is my alternative to... God, it's been so long since I've played D&D, I'm losing the names of mechanics in my head.
We made this due to circumstances in a session.
This was due to circumstances in a session.
Yeah. The group tactics.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's basically pack tactics, but
Yeah,
pack
that's it.
tactics
That's
on
it.
steroids.
It was made to overcome something that high say.
Yep.
Basically what it is.
Whenever a Digimon has 3 or more creatures surrounding it, they get a bonus to their attack. The creatures surrounding it get bonuses to their attack rolls equal to a +1 for every creature surrounding the target. By this logic, feasibly speaking, a group of orphans would be able to at least do some damage to War Greymon,
Doubtful. It would not give him the chance.
who would win in a fight, War Greymon, or a group of orphans armed with knives.
Gaia Force.
No, not the orphans!
One, he can fly above them, so they can't really hit.
What if the orphans can fly too? Debunked.
Gaia Force.
No, not
Yeah.
the flying orphan!
Dragon Ball Orphans.
Okay, so now we get to the actual... some of the actual big ones. So D-chips are my take on the cards from Tamers. Imagine a small thumb drive with a logo on it, and you can use a number of these per turn, equal to the number of chip slots you have on your Digivice. So that's maybe 2 or 3 special effects per turn. And then after you use them, they can't be used again for 24 hours or until 8 a.m. the next day.
Why? It says once the chip is used, it goes on a 6-hour cooldown.
Oh wait, did I? Oh right, I forgot I added that. I forgot I changed that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yep.
Only
So
6
just
hours
go.
or-
It's 6 hours. Go ahead and strike everything I just said. I am a little under the weather, so I'm not exactly at my full capacity right now. And also,
Good
it's
to
been a
know.
while.
That's good to
It's
know.
been a while.
But I remember specifically why I did this. It's because that rule that they go on cooldown for 24 hours, that really limits what you can do in a day. So
You
that's
get
what the
one-
6-hour rule is supposed to fix.
You get one battle. You better do a boss or that
Yeah. So then we come into programs, which are the counterparts to D-chips. What these do, they are pretty much the same kinds of programs as D-chips. The difference being, you hold them on your Digivice instead of on a physical medium, and then you can just use those whenever you like, however many you like. And if you use all programs on your turn, they only cost you a bonus action instead of your main action. The drawback being that you can only hold so many on your Digivice in the first place, and in order to switch them out, you have to go over a long rest to do so.
Also, nobody took up your program slots.
Yep.
Mhm.
So if you have anything else taking up your program slots, you are not going to be able to put very many on your Digivice. But if you can, they are nigh invaluable because it pretty much turns any D chip you want into a cantrip you can use over the course of a battle.
Mild. All for speed, always.
All for speed for life. And then, of course, we have different kinds of chips. There are attack chips, which directly mimic a Digimon's attack and come from the Tamer as opposed to a Digimon, but those have some extra rules. Those are basically like, what's that one scene? Well, that one scene from Tamers where Rika uses X Scissor on Renamon to get her to use Sneemon's attack. And then, of course, we have
Gilmon give him wings.
that too. Those are both examples. Then there's support chips, which are pretty much all other kinds for the most part. Those are just intended to have extra benefits to your Digimon, like stab bonuses, extra abilities, and whatnot. You can very much craft your own chips. And we'll actually be getting into that at a later part. We have a lot to go through. We're not going to be getting through all of it today.
No.
We're on page 3.
We're on page 3 of 67, baby.
And we're already, what, 15 minutes in? 20?
23.
Time flies.
So then we come to a long short rest. So here's how this works. When you take 6 hours or more of a rest, which is a long rest, your party's HP is restored to maximum and any ill effects you have should have run out completely unless it specifically states otherwise. In addition, this should accommodate for personal projects, chip downloads, program creation, etc. Anything that can be accomplished in 6 hours or more of downtime, and any on-hand used chips will become usable again after a long rest. You can also use this time to fuse programs. What that does is a lot of these have ranks to them. There is a power system at play here, and one of the things you can do over the course of a long rest is fuse together programs of the same type to create a higher ranked one. So like say speed up 1 plus speed up 1 equals speed up 2. And you can pretty much just shift around programs and whatnot on your Digivice as long as you have one final end result at the end of the long rest. A short rest is any amount of time less than that where the party will recover from their wounds. They will regain HP equal to 1d6 per level plus body modifier, or 1d8 per level of partnered tamer in the case of the Digimon. And you can only do this up to twice a day. Oh yeah, and whenever you take a short rest, you may attempt to recover used chips. I don't know why I didn't put the rules for doing that there. I'm gonna have to fix that.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I just put it down to a coin toss. Okay, so now we're going to be getting into a little bit more nitty gritty. I apologize if what's about to come out of my mouth sounds like techno babble. Actions, bonus actions, delayed actions. During your turn, you and your Digimon share a turn, and you both get one bonus action and one action. You can delay your action until certain criteria are met, but if you don't take it, you lose it by the time your next turn comes around. Oop, there we go. So, like, say, your average tamer's turn will look like use chips to support Digimon, then Digimon attacks, or maybe use programs as bonus action, use feature, then Digimon attacks. Your Digimon is going to be doing the brunt of everything because they are, of course, the one more equipped to fighting certain things.
Thought somebody knocked at my home side.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I already did.
Ah. For checks and saving throws, same as D&D, you've got skills. If you're proficient in them, you get an extra bonus to them. The typical formula will be a d20 plus your target modifier plus proficiency. Oh yeah, for some reason I put danger category here. I need to... Oh, I know why. It's because of the saving throws thing. I'm gonna have to reorganize this for the official release.
Oh yeah.
So similar to challenge rating, we have something called danger category, where the number associated with the enemy will help determine what kind of bonuses they should have to their attacks and whatnot. We'll get more into that once I actually remember what... Dear Lord, I need to reorganize this. For now, let's leave that be. Stats. This is the crux of Brave Hearts. There are three main stats: body, mind, and soul. When you roll up a character or a Digimon, you get 2d6 per stat, and then you add +3 to one stat, or +2 to one, and +1 to another. Every 3 points in a stat is going to give you a +1 to your modifier, which is the number actually added to your rolls per this table here. So 1 through 3, that's a +1, 4 through 6, +2, and so on, all the way to +8. This is also where danger category actually comes in, which goes to show 1 through 3 on a modifier is considered standard, 4 through 6 is exceptional, and 7 through 8 is prodigious. And then here we have a list of skills. Under body, you have athletics, which is general athletic ability. Acrobatics, which is for feats of great dexterity, like squeezing through a small space. Sleight of hand for doing something a little sneaky. An actual sneak stat, which is for when you're trying to move stealthily. And combat, which... if you are proficient in combat, then you get an extra bonus to your rolls, your attack rolls, equal to your proficiency modifier. Excuse me. So pretty simplistic so far. Mind is... the three stats are pretty much exactly what they sound like. They're supposed to exemplify them in a broad spectrum. But for mind, you have hack, which... hacking checks are required when attempting to alter or change programming or something in the environment. Proficiency in this skill also lets you add that modifier to your hack DC and any hack checks you make, which is very valuable for certain abilities. History is for things recalling distant events, anything almost a year in the past or further. Investigation are for locating hidden items or secrets nearby, and perception rolls generally. Why did I do... I should probably just make that a general medicine skill, huh?
Probably.
I'll put another note to fix. I guess this is something...
That's why we have this stream.
Exactly. Even if I don't get to them all right now, I can still make notes for myself so I know exactly what needs to be fixed.
Exactly.
But that skill is supposed to be intended for medicinal use, because there is still a human factor to this. You can get hurt. Human kids are in the center of Digimon battles all the time, and frankly, it is a marvel that they haven't gotten hurt as often as they could have in the past.
Because they always have a lion man there to take the hit for them.
Mm-hmm. With that in mind, it should still be somewhat feasible for them to survive a hit. If they get yeeted into the ground by a mega level Digimon, odds are good they're probably dead.
Yeah.
And then we have Decode, which is used to get past firewalls and protections around certain programs. So if you find a piece of locked data or anything similar to that nature, like you're trying to open a chest or whatnot, that's probably the skill you would use for it. And then we have Soul, which is pretty much used to handle relations with you and the people around you. Analyze is used to not only analyze data found after battle and in the wild, but you can also analyze Digimon for defects, status conditions, and a variety of other things. Nice, Linky. Deception is obviously for deceiving others and misleading. Intimidation for trying to get somebody to believe that you have power to do something to them. Persuasion. This really is a social stat. This is for persuading somebody to do what you want. Bond is used when a forward effect would be used on Digimon you're linked to. Sensing intent, used when attempting to persuade a wild Digimon specifically, because typically speaking, most wild Digimon can't talk. Or at the very least, they can't speak to you. So persuasion doesn't really work since you can't really build a mutual understanding there.
No rapport.
Yep. Combat. And Slinky. The actions a Tamer can take in combat are to attack, to help, where you add half your appropriate modifier to the roll. We'll explain that in a second. You can dash, you can use a Digichip or programs equal to the number of chip slots available, Digivolve your Mon, reload chips, analyze, hack, and link. It's a lot of stuff you can do. Let's get into it. So, when a Digimon is linked to a Tamer, they will take that Tamer's turn in the turn order when it comes to combat. If a Digimon is linked to multiple Tamers, it will act on the Tamer's turn with the highest initiative. While you cannot choose which turn goes first, while you can choose which turn goes first, you cannot act, switch to your partner, and then act again. So, like, say, you can't use one chip, attack with your Digimon, and then use two more. You have to take your turn, and then your Digimon has to take your turn, and that's it. Keep things simple. Helps to keep the system from mucking up. Attack rolls are exactly what they sound like. Help. The help action, specifically. When a Tamer wants to help another Tamer, they can do so by committing a portion of their time. When you help a Tamer, you can add half of your appropriate modifier, rounded down, to their next skill check. So, like, say, a hack check or an athletics check. And when doing so, you should envision that this will take at least 10 minutes of in-game trial and error of two people trying to coordinate. And you can only help one person at a time. For a hack check, this is something that Tamers should be able to do just offhand. You choose one Digimon within sight range, or one Tamer linked to a Digimon within sight range. You expend 1 D-point to make a hack check against a target, and then, on a success, you can inflict a status effect, which will inflict for 3 turns. You can only inflict 1 at a time. So, you can cut their movements, the Digimon's movement speed by half, stop a Tamer from using Digichips or programs, reduce a Digimon's defense by the Tamer's proficiency for 3 turns, or you can have them lose 1 D-point every turn, but you gain 1 D-point for every point they lose. So that last one in particular is really useful in drawn out fights.
Yes.
Can you imagine if 2 or more Tamers use it on the same Digimon? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Bleed
Oh,
it
yeah.
dry.
Yeah, but we'll do it next session.
Yeah, hopefully.
Had to come up with it just for this guy. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? So Tamers always go before their linked Digimon. Not necessarily. The only rule is that you can't start one of the turns and then go to something else and then come back to it. So, like, say, you can go Tamer, Digimon, or Digimon, Tamer, Digimon.
That
Just
sounds a little confusing the way you put it, but yeah.
That is a little. Actually, yeah, that is very confusing the way that I put it. Okay.
Oh, network error.
Oh no. Did it stop streaming?
It stopped on mine. I don't know if we're live or not. Let me see.
Seems fine on my end.
It looks fine on my screen.
Okay, I'm reloading. Okay, there we go. Yep, we're still
Hold on.
going. Thank
Getting
you.
distracted by a cat. Off the nest for now. Oh, she flopped on the ground.
Cat.
Okay, so I just.
Since
Kitty
the-
cat. Sorry if it's a little confusing. It's it can be hard to pick the right words sometimes. So assume it did stop? Oh no. Oh, okay, it's fine now. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so assume one Tamer, one Digimon. You have to go Tamer then Digimon, or then Digimon and then Tamer. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Although it'll probably get more complex the more Digimon that a Tamer is linked to. So,
As we've had in the current
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
so just imagine that when a Tamer's turn comes up, all the Digimon linked to them will be taking their turns at the same time. Finish one of their turns before moving on to the next. And that's pretty much it. So now we get to the analyze skill. This is where that analyze proficiency will be coming in handy, because with this you can actually scan opposing Digimon, and what that'll do is give you general information about them, similar to how in most episodes of Digimon you've got the quick be it the D-Arc scan or the Tentomon. That's Mammothmon! You get access. I'm sorry?
Continue. Continue.
You will gain access to their name, how many HP they have, their general attack information, their status conditions that they have on them right now, any weaknesses, any resistances, and their level. With the DC being 12 plus the targeted Digimon stage.
What's 1 for that? Like,
How do you mean 1?
like the stage. 1 stage.
Oh, a stage 1 Digimon? That would be like a fresh hatchling.
Yeah.
So like,
So
This uses the same level rule set that the TCG does, where instead of going by rookie, champion, and ultimate for the sake of simplicity, it goes by numbers. So, fresh out of the egg, that's 1. In training, that's 2. Rookie is 3. Champion is 4. Ultimate's 5, and Mega is 6.
And Ultra is
7.
We have not used to analyze a lot. Quest.
Honestly, we really should. It would probably make it a lot easier to deal with data sims if we could figure out if they have a weakness of any kind.
Yes.
I don't think we were able to face a DSM properly since we actually got used to know how to do it. That's the main problem.
No, what? That's valid.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's some more rules on D-chips and how they function. So, in combat, you will have some D-chips on hand for you to use and choose from, and then you'll have a binder of extra D-chips that you just carry on you. And depending on what happens, obviously you're going to run through some of them. They take 6 hours to recharge, and that's not enough time in the middle of combat. You gotta have those things now. So you can either fully reload or partially reload the chips that you have on hand, just switch them out with some of the stuff that's still in your binder unused. A partial reload is a bonus action, and you can choose any number of chips equal to half the chips you have and exchange them for the same number in your binder. Just like a quick, I need like these 3 chips right now. Do it as a bonus action, and you still keep your main action to use them immediately. For a full reload, you just dump all of your chips back into your binder, pull out a fresh set, and go to work. And then we come to the death saving throws. This is a once per battle type shtick. So if your Digimon like does it once and then they go down again, they're dead. Digimon aren't exactly designed to survive hits. They're designed to die and then reformat, become a new Digimon, and then repeat the cycle. So, when a Digimon is reduced to 0 HP, they can make a body check where the DC is the level of the opposing Digimon plus 10. And on a success, your partner returns to 1 HP. On a failure, your Digimon will begin to glitter away as they return to data, but retain enough of themselves to get 1 more turn of attacks before they are deleted. On their last turn, they ignore all Digipoint costs, so they can just use their strongest attack. But if they are champion level or higher, they will de-digivolve instead and repeat the saving throw until they're rookies, and if they fail once they're rookies, they're dead. Humans have slightly different rules, where it's just a standard roll 3 death saving throws, and if you roll higher than 10 on 2 of them, you get back up.
How does that work in combat with Digimon? Is that the second they go down, they make the body check? Or when it gets to the turn?
You know what? That's actually a good question. I'm gonna say when it gets to their next turn.
I feel like that. When the team will be just to like heal them, because the team will get to decide when turns happen.
Actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, so it should be as soon as they go down for. So it's not.
I'm gonna say.
I'm
gonna say it's immediate.
Yeah.
Can immediately make a body check. They get 1 more turn to attack before they are deleted.
So as long as they're not a rookie, they might de-digivolve, but you'll be able to heal them on turn probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
As long as they don't hit rookie, there is a chance. But after that, all bets are off. And that's just the general. We've been here for 44 minutes. That's just general rules. Now we get into the proper how to make your tamer. Excuse me, I got hiccups.
We have heard of how to train your dragon. Now get ready for how to make your tamer.
So, At level 1, you have a proficiency bonus of 2. You got 10 D points to work with at base. And a bunch of abilities. That's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at level 1. Jesus. Thankfully, these will last you all the way through. So all of these are just like Estus things.
Yep.
Starting HP is going to be 12 plus body modifier with a D8 every turn after that. Your defense, which is your armor class, is 10 plus your body modifier. You choose a personality type and one skill to gain proficiency in. I should probably get rid of the little DigiPoints calculator here because I have a table for it now.
Yeah.
Got your proficiency modifier. Oops.
5 times your proficiency. Not
And
quite.
speed. Oh, right. Humans have a natural speed of 30 feet, and Digimon rookies have a speed of 20, and it goes up by 10 every stage. Got some starting bits. Start with a Digivice, I should hope. One small chip binder. There are various sizes. So the first step is rolling for stats, which we went over earlier, 2d6 plus stat bonuses. You choose your whatever you want to be proficient in. You roll something off the personality table, or you can choose which personality you want. We've got Durable, Lively, Fighter, Defender, Brainy, and Nimble. Each one will give you a +2 in a stat, and then proficiency in 2 different skills. Pretty nice. Then we come to the basic Digivices. There are a lot of Digivice models in this game. I've got like 5 different tiers of 5 different Digivices. I think that's 25 different models total. The last I checked, I could be wrong. And each one of these has its own little extra tidbits. I haven't updated these yet. I'm gonna have to do that. But the order is Digimon that you can link to, chip slots, and then program slots. The wristwatch has 3 link slots, 2 chip, 3 program. So you can link to 3 Digimon, use 2 D chips per turn, and have 3 programs onto the Digivice. The Mark 7 is a cell phone flip phone, which can connect to 2, use 2 chips, and hold up to 5 programs. A lot more storage. The brick is exactly what it sounds like. Think along the lines of an old-fashioned telephone from back when they were first being invented, and then take out the speaker. All this thing has on it is the most basic of microphones, so that you can order your Digimon with a very small LED screen so you can actually see what's going on. It is very weak compared to the others. Now that I think about it, I'm going to have to fix that. Because this one can hold up to 5 programs. This thing can't even hold up to 4 chips.
The brick.
The brick. You can also use it to bash your opponent's head in if you happen to lose the battle. I'm just saying.
It's a brick.
It's a brick. And then, of course, the 1997 version replica, which is the most basic of all basic Digivices. It can only hold 1 Digimon, has no chip slots and no program slots.
It's so perfect to ever use that thing.
Actually, it's the free Digivice you get whenever you would buy a Digi-Egg in the shop. At least in my set.
Okay, cool.
Yep, it's all setting dependent.
Yep. And then, of course, we have the free functions, which are depicted below. If it's phone class, it gets a free cell phone function. If it's a watch class, you get a free GPS. If it's a replica, you get a free radio. A handheld class, think along the lines of a Switch or a Game Boy. For a computer class, self-explanatory. And camera class, same thing. There are a number of other programs you can hold onto your device. in order to give your device more functionality or more combat potential. Like case in point, if you wanted to, you could put a cell phone function on your camera and use it as a cell phone, which is really weird now that I say it out loud, but it can work.
Future, anything possible.
It's exactly.
My
I'm glad you
camera is a
understand.
cell phone.
Oh man, I love my watch that functions as a professional camera if I point it at something. I just realized that could work as like a super spy watch.
Yeah.
So when choosing your device, you may choose one rank 1 program. What?
That's what you said.
I'm definitely going to have to fix that up. That's a really confusing way to put it. So I'm gonna fix this. At the start of the game, you get 3 chips to choose from, and then an extra rank 1 program from this list. I'm probably going to expand this list in the future so that there's a little bit more to choose from. But you got accuracy up, which gives you an extra little bit on their attack roll. Deletion impulse, which gives a little bit extra on the damage roll. Body up, mind up, and soul up are all modifier increases. Defense up increases defense. File recovery is going to be your bread and butter. This is your healing chip. There are other healing chips, but this one's like the easiest one to get a hold of. Or it should be at least. Speed up increases movement speed by 10 for the rest of the turn. There we go. Speed up-o.
Up,
Up-o.
Beat up.
And then battery charger will give you back 2 digipoints.
the most important chip.
Absolutely. Tamer Link. Whenever you link to a Digimon, you gain access to information about them and more than you would get from analyzing, like their current status, their location, their health, etc. It also grants you access to their codings, enabling the use of Digichips. If a Digimon does not want you to link to it, they can fight it, and you can try to hack into them with a sufficient hack check. If you link to one who doesn't want you to, then it's going to take your action. I never said what would happen on a failure. Hold on, let me...
Something happens
Would
on
happen
failure.
on
Failing.
Storm.
Check. Let's see here. If you fail the hack check, you cannot attempt to hack that same Digimon again for 6 hours.
Oh,
You got one chance. Make it count.
that's bad, especially with Doctor's Revolution.
Yes.
Also, I don't know if you meant to, but you had a musicality when you said "if you," so it sounded like you started. Wish you'd step back from that ledge, my friend.
If a Digimon wants to rid themselves of this link, they or their tamer must spend their turn making an analyze check, where the DC is 12 plus the opposing tamer level. Let me...
12 plus tamer level.
They can repeat this check once on each of their turns. At start of combat, you can link to any number of consenting allies Digimon up to the number of available link slots. And if a Digimon is linked to multiple tamers, it will act on the tamer's turn with the highest initiative. So if you got a friend who's fast, link to them. Outspeed the opposition.
Fast as fudge, boy.
That's fudge, boy. You've got basic Digichip handling. You carry a number of ready Digichips equal to your proficiency modifier plus 2. That is to say, these are the chips that you have on hand out of your binder. So at level 1, you can hold up to 4, and then go from there with the reloading things I mentioned before. You can also offer a Digichip on your turn and turn it into a ready Digichip. What that does is, TLDR, you give up one of your chip slots on your turn, and in exchange, you give an effect. Excuse me. You give an effect to one of your allies' Digimon that you're linked to.
Does that take an action or? Does
Nope,
this
you can just do
happen?
that.
Okay.
Digipoints are, once again, the resource that you will use. Digimon and Tamers do have a separate pool. What makes the link so beneficial to Digimon is that they can draw on the Tamers pool of D-points. So they have twice as much as a normal Digimon would, or should. Digimon Partner. Digimon have very limited actions because, for the most part, they're able to do a good amount, I feel like, in this system. Bless you.
Thank you.
But the humans are the ones who are going to be doing a lot of the legwork too. So they both have their own things that they're meant to do. Humans buff the Digimon to fight, and the Digimon fight for them. You can also create solo Digimon and play as them if you want, but we'll get to that later. Digivolution clearance is pretty literal. You have to hit those levels before you're allowed to Digivolve to the next stage up, where you start at Rookie. I should probably put that on the actual chart for leveling up. I'll do that later. But you start the game being able to go up to Rookie, and then at level 3, it's up to Champion, level 6, it's up to Ultimate, level 9 is Mega, and level 12 is Ultra. Oh, important thing. This system only goes up to level 12. This is meant to be like a long burn type deal. As you can see, there's a lot of mechanical gobbledygook down here. Basically how this works is you take the former stage's HP, add however many d8s plus this number on the end, and that makes the HP for that form. So since typically Rookie is supposed to be the base form, any HP increases that affect it will also affect the higher levels. And if a Digimon evolves when below maximum HP, they will gain HP equal to as if they were to Digivolve normally. There are a lot of different types of Digivolution that I've worked on, so I'm just going to list through them real quick. Standard Digivolution is the normal type. Your Digimon's stats gain a +3 to their modifier per stage. This is a Digivolution type all others will draw from. Dark Digivolution will give a +5 to modifier per stage, and any attempts at analyzing or linking to these Digimon have disadvantage. Any Tamers linked to this Digimon will unlink, and the Digimon will de-Digivolve after 1d8 + 1 turns, or after its HP is reduced to 0. Dark Digivolved Digimon do not need to pay a Digivolution maintenance cost. This is what Blake did in the last game.
And oops.
Oops, I forced these Digimon to Dark Digivolve, and now I must face the consequences of my actions. Armor Digivolution is... I tried my best to do it justice, but I'm still not sure how I feel about it. Certain rookies can perform certain Digivolutions using special items to become Armor Digimon. In addition to the normal Rookie to Champion HP and stat increase. It was a big oopsie, I must say. Indeed. These Digimon gain an extra +2 to all stats and don't require D-points to maintain the Digivolution. The caveat being they require an actual item to draw from, such as a Digi-Egg or a Crest. Thankfully, we have an abundance of Crests in Ancient Crests. It's kind of in the name.
Mm-hmm.
How many are there? We'll never know.
We'll find out. Probably. Maybe.
Slide one day. Slide Digivolution plus mode change. Certain Digimon have alternate forms in addition to their full lines, and these Digimon are stronger than normal. But they only get a +2 to their modifier when digivolving through this method. So basically, think of it as Galamon going into Crimson mode. He gets a +2 to all of his stats for obtaining that form, but he can't digivolve any further. And likewise for any other slide digivolutions, like say 10 Ancient Warriors. DNA Digivolution, I still haven't figured out how to balance that one. Because, like, that's two different mods.
Yeah.
Warp Digivolution. Digimon who warp Digivolves gains +3 to all stats for every stage bypass during Digivolution, in addition to the +3 for Digivolving. That one is actually a little bit more common to get than you would think, because one of the programs you can obtain does allow for Warp Digivolution. Dark Warp Digivolution is exactly what it sounds like, has all of the benefits and drawbacks of Dark Digivolution, plus the benefits of Warp Digivolution. It's technically what Ghostmon did when he flew off.
He went roar.
He went, Gentlemen! Then Bioverse Digivolution. Digimon with an exceptionally strong bond with their tamer may be capable of this unique form of Digivolution, which uses its tamer and partner to warp Digivolve them to the Mega level. When Digivolving this way, the resulting Digimon Tamer gains a +5 to all stats for every stage bypass in addition to the +5 for Digivolving this way, and loses the ability to use Digichips. Note, they keep programs. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Everyone I know has got a reason to say you can put the past away. Wish you'd step back from that ledge, my friend. You could cut ties with all the lies you've been living in. And if you do not want to see me again, I would understand. Yeah. I would understand, yeah. I would understand, yeah. I would understand. The angry boy a bit too insane, icing over a secret pain. You know you don't belong. You're the first to fight, the last one out. You're a flash of light on a burial shroud. I know something's wrong. Everyone I know has got a reason to say you can put the past away. Very fun song. You ever seen Yes Man?
Say that again?
Have you ever seen Yes Man?
No.
Oh, it's a great movie. It's Jim Carrey's character goes to a self-help seminar, not on his own volition. His friends take him, and because he always says no to everything, so his friends take him to the seminar, and the dude's like, for 24 hours, I want, or not 24 hours, I want you to start saying yes to everything in your life. And he's like, all right, fine. And because of that, he ends up meeting a girl, but also runs into a whole bunch of comedic stuff.
Yeah. Very interesting movie.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And one reason I brought it up is that that song is featured in it because a guy is about to commit unalive, and Jim Carrey's character goes and tries to talk him down, and to do so, he sings that song with a guitar. Oh, might be a minute. Alright, not a problem. We are here, performing for you. And if you know the words, you can join in too.
Okay. Think he's dead.
I love that Joel Haver video where he pretends to be lanky reacting to the DK song rap for the first time. It's like, he has no style, he has no grace, this ape has a funny face. He's just like, what? Why are they saying all this? They're just making fun of me. Joel Haver's got some awesome videos too.
Gotcha. I'll have to look into those.
I hope I'm saying the right one. Joel Haver YouTube. Yes. He got a guest spot on Smiling Friends in season 2.
Neat. Oh, it's a novel. I didn't realize that.
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Oh, nice, thank you.
I said based on a book. I should get the book and read it.
Reading books is good for you.
Yes.
I think I might go for maybe another 15-20 minutes. You guys okay with that?
Yeah, sure.
Maybe. Let me mute myself real quick while I check
Okay.
who's pulling up. Okay, it looks like I may not be able to stick around because I got help with stuff. But-
okay.
But that doesn't mean you guys can't continue.
Yeah, it's not for that much longer anyway. Just like 15 minutes or so, maybe 20.
Alright. Later.
Later.
Where?
Okay. So, going back to 17 pages in, making good progress. So down here, we have some more of the standard class abilities. Excellent proficiency. You just get proficiency in a skill.
Yep.
Area of expertise. When you roll 10 or lower for a skill you're proficient in, you may treat the roll as a 10. You use this feature a number of times equal to your proficiency modifier and regain all uses on a short or long rest. That one is specifically for... like, it's meant to be used sparingly. I have...
Mhm.
Actually, do you think it'd be more fair if I just put it to long rest? Because it just
I
occurred
feel
to
like-
me. Sorry, go ahead.
Like, we get essentially two per day, because like this is more of if we need the vault to be, we need it to work at least. I feel like surely it's fine.
Maybe. It's just that... Hold on. Let me... Sorry if I'm making anyone dizzy by scrolling like that. 2 times per day, but you get 2 short rests per day, so you could technically use that 6 times a day.
Technically, yeah, but that
Actually,
if we're
you know-
using too short, that would be depending on if we're buying that much. Like, we don't do that a lot.
actually, you know what? That's a
Depends.
fair point. For the most part, you should average on 1 short rest and 1 long rest per day.
It's like, unless you're in like a tournament like or something, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, heavy ballast.
Okay, we'll keep that as it is for now. And then, the Tamer paths. So these are meant to add just a little bit of extra oomph to your character. Give it a little bit more utility outside of just buff and fight. Each one of them comes with a special ability, as well as a little bit of extra bits and an extra benefit like chips, D points, and whatnot. So like you and one Digimon you're linked to gain an escalating bonus to death saving throws equal to half your level and gain plus 200 bits plus 5 D point maximum. So depending on what you go for between these, you could make a fairly good build that really leads into the spirit of min-maxing. Or you could just be like a buffer who happens to have a very fast Digimon or a very strong Digimon. Oh, and you choose which Digimon receives that bonus. You can only do it one at a time. Champion is an escalating bonus to your attack rolls with a +2 rank 1 Digichips and a +5 D point maximum. Protector, you gain an escalating bonus to your offense equal to half your level. Choose skills of your choice +3 D point maximum. Berserker, you gain an escalating bonus to your damage rolls equal to half your level. 2 rank 1 D chips and then 5 D point maximum. Sprinter is speed equal to half your level times 5 feet. Proficiency in 2 skills and 3 D points. And healer, you gain a bonus to any outgoing healing equal to half your level. 2 rank 1 D chips, 3 D points. Oh, and when selecting your chips, pick them off the table under Digi Chips, which is a little further down. Stat bonus. Whenever you get the stat bonus, your Tamer will get the choice to get a +3 1 stat or the +2/+1 split, and the Digimon will also get their own +3 or +2/+1 split. An extra action makes it so the Tamer Digimon partner gets an extra action on their turns. And that's That's actually everything now that I think about it before the subclasses.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, this might actually be a good place to cut it off for now. What do you think?
Yeah, we did everything before subclass. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Not to be anticlimactic about it, it's just that the subclasses are going to be a very short stream on their own, and then everything else.
I feel like if once we get past the subclasses, it might be easier. Faster,
Oh god, no. Because after the subclasses, we have to get through the chip list.
That feels simpler. We can just. That feels like easier thing to do.
I'm gonna have to redo so many of them. There's so many that I know for a fact I haven't gotten to yet.
Yeah, we are. Even closer, we know all the chips probably.
Well, at least we did make good progress today.
Mhm.
But I guess that will be it for now. Thank you to everybody who joined us today on our little sneak preview into the handbook. We will see you all hopefully tomorrow around the same time for the Digimon Ancient Crest session, where we will hopefully fight our way out of the situation and nothing else bad will happen. And we don't accidentally trigger the Hulk or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. We'll see how many Digimon dies and the consequences of Blake's actions. amplified.
Well. It isn't the consequences of my actions. We will see you all next time. Have a good night.
Good night.